Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another cross-stitching video. In this video, this is going to be the official Flossmas Day 1, which I did decide to do last minute. If you are new and don't know what Flossmas is similar to Vlogmas, which other people on YouTube do, and it's where you try and post a video every day until Christmas. I will start off by saying that I don't think I'll make every day this year just because there's a couple days already that I know I have plans, and so I don't know how much stitching will happen on certain days in December, so I already know that it's going to be a struggle there. But I thought this would be a good way to try and push myself to meet my goals, which is another thing. In previous Flossmases, I was working on a different project every day, just having like a good old fun time. And this year I decided I want to focus on trying to meet some of my goals that aren't met yet, which I've talked about in previous videos. I made a video specifically where I made a list of the goals I haven't met yet. And the first goals that I want to focus on in December is this HAED stitch along, because I need to try and finish 4 pages of it to get reward charts at the end of the year. This is the Heaven and Earth Designs 2024 stitch along. They are doing another stitch along for 2025, which you can still sign up for until I think it's December 13th. So if you want to sign up, there is still time to sign up for that. There are reward charts, which I have a whole video where I talked about the HAED 2025 stitch along. So if you want to watch that, you can go watch that. And they have reward charts. So for the amount of people that sign up, there will be charts that everyone will get based on the amount of participants. Right now, the last time I checked, it was at 1,700 participants, which means that we are close to 2,000 to get another reward chart. So it would be fun if more people sign up, because then we get another reward chart for people signing up. Anyways, the HAED 2024. So I need to finish 4 pages. This is Merry Mushroom Village Picnic number 3, which is artwork by Amy Stewart. I love this chart. I just haven't done very much. I am stitching this on 28 count 2/1 tent stitch, so I'm hoping that it will be easy to get some stitches in. And what I ended up doing is I ended up making a list. So a list right here. And it is the things that I want to get done today. So every single day, I think I'm going to try and make a little list of what things do I want to get done on each project, and just be able to like check off like little bits of it. Because sometimes when you have a big goal, you get overwhelmed by it. So if you break it down into like mini little daily goals, it's easier to like digest and you don't get overwhelmed. What I decided to do for the HAED stitch along is I decided that the fastest way for me to get stitching in is to pick one color, do that color throughout the area I'm working, and then pick the next color. So that way I'm not having to change colors a lot. And so I was looking on Pattern Keeper and I noticed that the color 890, which is in this area, has a lot of stitches in this area. So my goal for today is to try and do 500 stitches of 890. And if I can do more, then that's great, but I'm just going to try and do 500. And leave it at that. So that's my goal for today. Here's my starting point. I'm also filming these videos different. Normally for Flossmas, I was filming in the morning and then I would post the video and that was all you would see. And so to see my progress for the day, it would be in the video that's the next day. I am actually starting this on November 30th. This video will go up tomorrow, December 1st. But this way I am going to try and have all of my daily progress in one video. So at the end of this video, you will be able to see if I got my 500 stitches in. And that way, if people can't watch every video, because I know that there's going to be a lot of videos to watch in December, you can just pop in, see one video, you'll get to hopefully see the progress that I make in that day, and you don't have to go back the next day to see what I actually get done. So this is the HAED stitch along and my starting point. I also would like to do 200 stitches on Autumn Harmony. I am still working on the color 920, which is down at the bottom where I'm filling it in right now. I think I'm getting close to filling in the 920 in this section, and then I'll be jumping over to the other side of her and working on that color. So just 200 stitches today of 920 hopefully. And this chart is artwork by Maxine Gadd. And I think there's like 700 stitches of the 920 left, and then after that I was thinking about going and doing the lowest amount of stitches left, because there's some colors that only have like 20 stitches, so I could possibly finish a couple colors in a day, and then I would be able to hopefully have a lot of colors finished at the end of December. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I might do, I'm not sure. And this is on 18 count 2/1 full cross. And the other thing that I would like to do today is work on my sock, because I got this Advent sock yarn from Kirby Werby Yarn, and it's based off of movies. So each color stripe has a corresponding movie. She sent a list of all the different movies and the colors that they are. And then it also says where my yarn starts. So my yarn starts at the Die Hard stripe, and so that is where I will be starting from, which is funny because I don't know if I've actually seen Die Hard, so maybe I need to watch Die Hard. But so I'm going to be starting my socks. So for today, for my goal, I wrote that I want to cake the yarn, and then I also would like to start my first sock. And then I think when I cake it, I'm going to make 2 separate cakes because I would like to knit the socks at the same time. I do need to order another set of 9-inch circulars because I do prefer using, where is it? I do prefer using my 9-inch circulars for socks. Otherwise, you can use DPNs, you can do magic loop. I have never gotten the hang of magic loop. It takes me a lot longer to use magic loop, so I like to use these, but I need to order another one in size 1, so I need to do that so I can do both at a time. But the goal for today is just to start 1 sock. And then the other thing that I put down, just because I would like to also have like some easy like things to do every day and try and get some like Christmassy things in, is I want to watch the movie Our Little Secret, which is on Netflix, and it's got Lindsay Lohan and I think Kristen Chenoweth, and it's a newer Netflix movie, and I want to see it. Me and my sister were talking about it at Thanksgiving, so I would like to do that today too. And like I said, that's just like an easy thing. I can do it while I'm stitching, but also try and like fit little Christmassy things in every day. So that is what I will be doing. I will be back in a little bit with an update on my cross-stitching progress, and hopefully I'll have a sock started, so we will see what I end up getting done. I am back after completing my first task of the day, which is Autumn Harmony is what I worked on first, and I finished out this leaf in this section, and so now this side of her is fully finished. So I had to move the hoop over to the other side to get the rest of my 200 stitches in for the day. And so then I was working on this color here in this side of her. And now, according to Pattern Keeper, there's only, it's like 470 stitches left of 920, so hopefully I can finish that color in like a day or two, probably 2 or 3 days. Let's be real. I don't want to try and do too many stitches on her because, you know, I have to also work on the HAED stitch along, but because I have done that, I can check the HAED stitch along off on my little daily task list. I really like lists, in case you haven't noticed. I make a list for everything. So Autumn Harmony, I got my daily stitching done for Autumn Harmony today. Next, I'm going to work on the HAED stitch along. After I do the HAED stitch along, then I think I'm going to cake up the yarn, and then I'll probably watch the one movie, Our Little Secret, which I think is on Netflix, when I start the sock, just because I like knitting and watching things more, because I can usually see what's going on more when I knit, whereas with cross stitch I look down a lot more. So I will be back once I have done my stitching on the HAED stitch along. I am back after doing my stitching on the HAED stitch along, and I managed to do 1,000 stitches almost. I think it was like 956 or something. And what ended up happening is that I was doing the stitching in this area with this green 890, and then I made it to like here, and I had done like, I can't remember how many, like 700 or something, and I was like, oh, all that's left to get to the bottom of this chunk of pages is to do this area, and there was a few green stitches here, and so I was like, I should just finish that color. So I ended up finishing that color in this area. This green still goes down here, but because this isn't part of the 4 pages I'm trying to finish, I'm not going to keep stitching down there. I am just focusing on the 4 pages that I need to get finished. It's technically 5 because there's a partial page right here, but I'm just going to do this partial page with page 3 because it would be silly to not do. It's like 16 stitches over this way is what's the partial page. So I'm including that with page 3, and so it's going to be a little bit extra. Because I finished this color on this page, it means that tomorrow when I make my goal, I will get to pick a different color to stitch. I might stay in this area though and then just pick another green because there's a few greens that are used in here, so I might just keep picking different greens to work at. The most used color left in the chart though is some yellows that are for the mushroom, and some of them do go onto the page over here that I need to finish, page 4, but that's not in the hoop right now, so I will be skipping those colors for right now and just trying to focus on this corner. And then eventually I will have to move the Nurge frame and then work on this page that's over here. Going over to my little daily task list, I can check off the HAED stitch along. Whoop. And also I caked my yarn, so I can check off the caking the yarn portion, and now all that's left is to start my sock and then watch my little Christmas movie for tonight. So that is what I will be doing. I will do one more little check-in after I have started my sock. So something that I was going to mention with the yarn, when I went to go and cake the yarn, I noticed that the yarn was already separated. So I will insert a picture. So I took it apart and I went to put it on my Swift, and I noticed that there was two separate, I don't know what the word you would use, two separate hanks, I don't know what the word you would use is, of the colorful yarn. So it was already divided, and then each of them start with the same like colored area. So if I can find it. I can't find the other end. Yeah. So they both start like with the same color. So it's going to be very easy to get them to be the same because they start with the same color, and it was already split up for me, which was nice because I didn't have to pull out my scale and then separate it on my own. So I will be starting the socks, and I'll be back with a check-in to see how much I end up getting done on my first sock. And here is my ending point on my sock for today. I think I've done like 7 rows, maybe 7 or 8. I can't see my paper from here. And I am liking the way the colors are turning out. I did not start in the spot I think that I was supposed to, because I ended up starting with this, which this is not the Die Hard color, I don't think. And I wanted to start with this like rainbowy color just because I thought that it was really fun, and I was like, I have to have this as the like top part of the cuff. It just would be really fun because like I will a lot of times wear like the socks like this, like taller socks with like leggings that are black, and so I thought that it would be nice to have the rainbow in between this dark stripe and then like the leggings, so it would like stand out a little bit more if I wear them with like black leggings or black tights underneath. So I did start the sock though, and I am excited to keep working on it tomorrow. And so now going over to my little checklist, I can check off that I started the first sock. I did not get the movie finished though. I started it and then I was like, I'm tired. So I didn't finish it yet. Tomorrow I will finish the movie, and then I will be making a new checklist of little goal things for myself. And it will most likely be similar goals of like the HAED Stitch Along and Autumn Harmony. And then I'll pick a different goal for the sock. Like tomorrow I most likely will try and finish the cuff. But that's for tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed my Flossmas day 1 and have a good December 1st or whatever day you are watching this on. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!